America is in real trouble as we learn that much of government spending of taxpayer money is just going to corruption, foreigners, and fraud. Today, I'll go deeper into more of the Somali and government fraud, as well as some of Trump's biggest news stories and how they tried to jail him for life based on opinions instead of facts. Plus, Nick Shirley, the young man that exposed all of the Somali daycare fraud, is receiving death threats and a massive lawsuit in order to shut him up. Thank you guys so much for liking and sharing these videos. It helps me more than you know. So thank you so much. All right, earlier today, Elon Musk retweeted a billionaire from Silicon Valley that is helping Musk and President Trump clean up the Washington, D.C. swamp. He said the level of fraud we are finding proves much of our debt, annual spending, and interest payments are actually just to cover fraud. He said, however, if not corrected, this level of fraud could destroy America as we run out of money. Democrats don't seem to care, but listen to what he had to share.
It is a crucible moment for American society. If nothing happens and we deem this kind of theft acceptable, it is the beginning of the end of the American empire. It's just a level of disrespect and lack of care for this country, I think. I will be waiting and observing how important it is to root this out. That's number one. The second, which is more tactical political calculus, this is an enormous opportunity for the Republican Party if they take this and run with this. Is there waste, fraud, and abuse in every state? Absolutely. I don't think this is endemically a Democratic problem, but the scale of it is so gargantuan in these Democratic states that if the Republicans don't take advantage of it, I think it is a huge political miscalculation. So there is this tactical opportunity, which I think if you want to have a chance in the midterms, and if you generally want to have a chance to level set the country, you must take this and run with it. And then separately, if, as Friedberg says, it does die on the vine, it is the beginning of the end of the American empire, unfortunately.
All right, so this is endemic. This could literally destroy America, confidence in the American opportunity, and at the same time, this is an opportunity that is being handed to the Republican Party. And if they choose to do something about it, it could be an absolute game changer for the nation. Now, I want to show you something that just kind of blew my mind. The manager of a Somali daycare is saying that his daycare was broken into because of Nick Shirley defaming him and just to steal the list of children so that they could prove why they are getting almost $1.8 million. Listen to this, and then we'll talk about it together.
My name is Nasrullah Mohammed. That is spelled Nasrullah I'm the manager at Nokomis Daycare Center, and today I want to talk about what happened yesterday. Yesterday morning, I was called by the owner because, unfortunately, someone came in to our daycare. The cleaner called the owner and told him what happened and the vandalism that happened. The owner called us. Me and another manager came into the scene around 6 a.m. We looked and saw what happened, and we saw that the suspect came in from the back, broke in from the back kitchen, and he also destroyed the wall to come in. As he came in, he broke a door from the wall from Family Dollar from the side. He couldn't, unfortunately, we don't know if that he went in or not, but we saw that it was damaged. As we walked around the daycare, we saw that our office doors was broken into as well. We saw that, unfortunately, there was important documentation, enrollment of the children, and also employee documentation that was gone. There were also checkbooks that were ripped from our check papers that were from our book. This is devastating news, and we don't know why this is targeting our Somali community, as one video made by a specific individual made this all happen.
Wow, we don't know why people are curious about how we spend our money, whether there's actual children. Now, I don't believe that this break-in is real. Somebody broke in and just stole documents about the kids, just stole documents about the employees. Why wouldn't they break into dollar store? Why wouldn't they take stuff? Why wouldn't they take money? This isn't even one of the daycares that's getting a lot of attention. You would think they would have gone after the quality Leering Center, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this. I think this might be total hogwash, but while you're doing that, I'll let you know exactly what President Trump had to say about this announcement. He said, a total fraud. Minnesota Somalia-run daycare bizarrely reports all their important documents about childcare were stolen in a mysterious break-in. A total fraud. So that's kind of how I feel as well. Seems like this is just made up stuff. They're panicked that people are catching on to what they're doing. And I don't know. It just, to me, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Now, I find it very interesting, and I could be totally wrong. I'll admit that. But these daycares say that they're not making enough money to pay a livable wage. This is why they need the federal government and Governor Tim Walz to give them millions and millions of dollars every single year. So I don't know. I guess I find it very interesting that a daycare that can't survive without government money and struggles to pay their employees well has their spokesperson, a daycare worker, with $2,400 designer glasses. So you don't make enough money to run a profitable daycare. You need the federal government to step in, but an employee of a daycare has $2,400 glasses. Now, again, I could be wrong. Everybody is allowed to spend their money however they want, but here I sit in my house with broken $50 glasses. Like, yep, they're just broken, but I guess that's a choice. I guess if I worked at a daycare and I really needed to present myself well to children, I would make sure that I had $2,400 glasses, because it's all about first impressions, right? All right, Nick Shirley, the brave young man that exposed the Somali daycare fraud, is now getting death threats. He needs security. Top Democrat creators are helping the Somali community to launch a class action lawsuit seeking to take all of his money, shut down his YouTube channel, and get him in trouble, all because he exposed the fraud, and now they might lose their government funding or have their branding tarnished. Let me show you this video of Nick Shirley talking about the threats that he's getting, and then I'll talk about the lawsuit.
We have a whole nother video coming out about other fraud that's taking place.
You have a whole new video coming.
Whole new video. It's going to be a masterpiece because it is crazy. And each and every single time.
More than the first?
Oh yeah, it's going to be crazier because now the Somalis were they were after me. Like they were coming and people were stopping in the middle of intersections, hopping out of their car, and I had to get security for this video, coming out just trying to literally attack me.
I saw one of the videos that somebody tried to attack you and you try to protect your camera guy.
Yeah.
Is that still part one or is that part two?
There's so much going on. I don't know.
You know which one I'm talking about? Because I saw one of the clips where you're like, no, you didn't let the guy hit your camera guy. Every time they were swinging at the camera guy, you were standing in front of it.
Yes, I think that was part one. Part one, yeah.
Could have been.
Yeah, that was part one. This one, people were literally pulling over and getting out, like in the middle of an intersection at a red light. They're stopping their car and coming out, and they're just coming out and trying to slam me for being a racist, for being Islamophobe. Meanwhile, I'm interviewing another black man in Minnesota, and they're calling me a racist.
This isn't about race, folks. The Black Americans, the Asian Americans, the Indian Americans, they're mad because this is stolen money. This is evil. What they have been doing is absolutely evil. And we've got to continue to expose this evil and take back our country. It is absolutely disgusting to me. Now, this is really sad. Brian Cranstein is, I guess he would be the equivalent of me, but over on the Democrat side. I don't know if he's a lawyer or what, but he constantly puts out absolute diarrhea of the mouth garbage daily about Trump and America and the Republican Party. So he's now trying to organize a class action defamation lawsuit with the Somali community and with this company, Quality Luring Center, saying that we're going to go after you for defamation. We're going to go after you for mocking a brand, for being a racist piece of garbage. So he's trying to put together this massive class action lawsuit in order to take down Nick Shirley. It's just disgusting, folks. And I'll tell you what, I'm seeing so many videos where people are angry, but let me just show you. Another creator like myself, Asmon Gold, did a long video about how corrupt the Minnesota government is, and even our federal government, just this disgusting swamp, and how they are literally, like, the plan is to let people steal from Americans in order to have $1 million lifestyles, fund campaigns in order to get themselves in so that they can get bigger and bigger paydays. And he's mad about it. Now, this video went viral. It got millions of views. I'm not going to show you the whole thing. I'm just going to show you a 1-minute clip so that you can understand the anger that people have.
What happens when the institutions of enforcement are compromised? And they are compromised. They're absolutely compromised. You need a federal investigation. You need to bring people in who prosecuted this. Biden's DOJ. Great. They should have done it a lot more. They didn't. I wonder why. And also, this isn't about Biden. It's about Minnesota. The fact is that the Minnesota state government is very clearly corrupt, and it's being run by people that have no problem selling out their citizens, selling out real Americans for Somali immigrants that want to change the Minnesota flag to look like Somalia. They don't want to be Americans. They want Minnesota to be Somalia. These people are advocating for the most blood and soil nationalistic policies for their own Somalian country, between kicking out Kenyans and Ethiopians. But at the same time, they want us to embrace the diversity of them being able to do whatever the they want. Yeah, I don't think so.
All right. He goes on to get really angry. But the thing that stood out to me the most was that these politicians, these Democrat politicians, and it's within the Republican Party too, right? But just going off of this, they've literally sold out American citizens in order to benefit and bless foreigners that will replace us. That is the name of the game. Find the people that will launder money and vote for you, and damned be the American people that actually put up the money to make it happen. So the reason that they're able to get away with this is they're using our stolen money against us. This is what they're doing in Europe. This is what they're doing elsewhere. All right, now he said this isn't about Biden, but it actually is about Biden. Look at this. Holy crap, FBI Director Kash Patel just revealed the Biden administration purposely buried Minnesota's fraud investigation because it potentially implicated Biden allies. The FBI is also investigating fraud links to elected officials and terrorists. Imagine that. The FBI is additionally surging forensic accountants and data teams into Minnesota, according to Catherine Herridge. Dozens of investigations have been opened since the middle of the year up through December. DHS agents were spotted on the ground this week going door to door asking for information about these groups that have been receiving millions of dollars in loans and grants and free money. This is absolutely disgusting to me. I'm going to continue to break the news on this on your behalf, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this. All right, final story now. Speaking of Kash Patel, when he was going on different people's podcasts after term 1 of Trump, one of the promises he made was that he would get rid of the Hoover building, which was costing billions of dollars, and that he would spread the FBI to different parts of the country. Well, that's exactly what he's doing. He's keeping that promise. He's breaking up the FBI. He's moving them to different parts of America. And that's awesome. I think it's great. I want the FBI to be good and clean and focused on America. All right. The last story is that it's now come out that Congressman Benny Thompson and former Congresswoman Liz Cheney were purposely and secretly leaking January 6 narrative and information to Special Prosecutor Jack Smith. He lied and said he was not having any communication with the Biden White House. He was not dealing with Merrick Garland, and he was not dealing with the January 6 committee. Well, now we find out through letters and documentation and emails that he was, in fact, having information dripped to him about how they could build this narrative. And you know what the main story was? Go after Trump for his First Amendment rights, saying that he is not allowed to have an opinion that the 2020 election was mysterious or possibly rigged. And now all of that information has come out as being true, and even more is about to come out. But let me know in the comments, are you shocked that they lied about colluding and conspiring to jail President Trump for the rest of his life? All right, that's my update for today. If you found value in this video, please give it a like and share it. Also, we're over 2 million amazing truth seekers. So hit that subscribe button, stay amazing, and I will see you on the next video.